was, do you see it there at the very bottom? Psalm 18, just a passage. This is a scripture, Psalm 18, this is how long it is. It's really, really long. And I've been sitting in it for probably a month and a half now. I love it. The Lord brought it back around to me in the middle of a mess. And it just struck me. I was reading this scripture. I was reading it out loud. And then I had to just stop. And I went back and read this portion again. I love you, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. So I read that. That sounds great. The Lord said, read again. I love you, Lord, my strength. Now, look at this. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. God is my rock in whom I take fortress. He's my shield and the horn of my salvation and my stronghold. So, get this picture. The Lord is my rock. He's my fortress. He's the guy inside, my deliverer, right? He's my shield. He's the horn, calling the cavalry. And he's the stronghold around me. Now, what was I afraid of? Do you get it? So that's just not nice fancy words. He's giving you spiritual truths because you can break down every one of those words, and it's all through Scripture. That God says about himself, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. And so he just packed it all together for you, all in one package so that you can see it's not just a little bit of protection, it's absolute totality. It's complete totality. And then just for fun, I went down, this whole Psalm 18 is talking about just how much God went to come in and rescue each one of us. Not just for unto salvation, but in every single circumstance that we live in. Who's coming against you? God's got you. And I love this phrase, verse 17, he rescued me from my powerful enemy, from my foes who were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. He brought me out into a spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. You can't read that last line and go on and act like we're going to go back to status quo. That the heavens have been opened. God himself has come down only because he delighted in you. Not for what you're going to do for him. Not because you owe him. It's like people talk about we owe him our praise. We owe him our allegiance. I'm going, no, we don't. It's like a heart that understands who Jesus is. You can't help but give him that. Don't take something beautiful like affectionate love and try to make it a duty. That's like trying to tell a wife it's your duty to satisfy your husband. How awful. How awful. Don't even get started on that. So, he rescues you. He does all this. He loves to be your protection. And I wonder, we talked last week about the expressions on God's face. I wonder if he finds amusement in a very kind sort of way while we look for protection other places. So that might be a good question for you to go back to the Lord. In whom or in what do I seek protection more than you? And you might be surprised what you come up with. In whom or in what do I seek protection more than you?